everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching. So today I'm going to show you how I've made this spooky gift bag. Well, it's not actually going to be this one. I'm going to do a 5x7 version. This one is to fit the 6x6 mechanism. So if you prefer that size, I will share a playlist here which will take you to other 6x6 gift bags. And I originally did a 6x6 gift box at Christmas time about 2 years ago with the Christmas elf, which was one of the other puppets. And these are the paper collection puppets. I will have all the information linked below so it will make more sense then. And if you've not seen how these work, you just pull the tab and you'll see there you get your cute little puppet flying in this case. And then I've just added my spooky there's using my alphabet dies. Sweet little size. Like I said, we're going to do 5x7 today, but do check out the playlist if you prefer the 6x6 size. It's a really easy gift bag to make. I've already done 1/2. So you want to cut yourself 2 pieces of 8 by 9.5. Along the 8-inch side, you're going to score it 6 and 7.5. Rotate so those score lines are at the bottom, and you're now going to score at 1.5. Do that on both pieces. Next, you want to fold and burnish all of the score lines, and then we're going to do a little bit of cutting. So you want your 1/2-inch tab on the right hand side, and you'll have that 1.5 piece at the bottom. Cut up both of these score lines to the first score line, and then just cut that little rectangle away completely. And then I just like to take a little wedge off of both sides there, and then also a little wedge off of this tab here. So do that on both pieces, and then I'm going to take my quick grab glue and I'm just going to run it all the way down the tab, doesn't matter which one, and then you're going to stick one over the top. Always line up your base score line. You can always trim the top if need be. Like for some reason there, mine's a little bit taller, so I'll pop that in my trimmer in a second and just bring that down to the same height. Okay, and then flip it over, fold over that 1.5 piece and then the 1/2-inch tab. You're going to add your glue all down here, and then you want to bring this whole piece over, just the panel. It will all lay down nice and flat. Give that all a good burnish. Okay, so we've got the start of our bag there. Now the bottom, decide which you want to be your front and back. This is going to be the back, so I'm going to fold that one down last. So I'm going to fold in these 2 pieces to make sure your glue's secure. I'm going to use the construction glue now because that's going to start to add a lot of strength to the base. Actually, I'm going to fold the back down first, so I've got a neat surface inside, and then I'm going to add glue to both of my side panels. And then fold those over, and then I'm going to run my glue all along here and then close that one up. You can always add some grey board in between the layers if you want to, you know, if you're going to be adding something really heavy inside, but that's usually enough. And I'm just going to use my ruler just to go inside there and just spread out all of that glue. Okay, so that is the bag done. I've then gone ahead and cut myself this piece here, which is 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. So I'm going to stick that down next. So that's everything so far for the gift bag. So just leave that to one side. So now I've got my puppet. So I'm going to be doing the 5x7. So I've got my mechanism here. So if you've already got these ones, this is the one that you want to use, your 5x7 one. Cut your main plate here, cut your pull tabs, your arrow in the papers and everything that you want. If you don't have the dies in this set here, I've given you this template and the pull tab as well, and you've got the little arrow. Check out this tutorial up here to show you how to make this part here, and then you can then carry on with the witch and then add it to the gift bag. So I've tried to do it so that there's something for everybody. So like I said, I've already gone ahead and I've cut the main die there in the striped paper, and then I've cut it again in black cardstock and stuck them together so it's nice and strong. The paper on its own isn't strong enough for the mechanism, so you do need to double it up. I've then doubled up my pull tab here that I've die cut. Again, if you're using the template, you want to do 2 and stick them together, or just use a heavyweight cardstock to start with. Little arrows already on there, and then you want 8 of the 5mm brads. So I'm going to use the green here. On most of them you don't see the brads, it's just the skeleton because there are holes in the bones, so you do kind of want to use white ones if you're going to be using the skeleton, but you don't have to use them as puppets. You can just attach, you know, all of the limbs behind, and it can just be a nice topper. Okay, so I've got my 8 brads there. You want to take, you don't need any of the kind of body and the hands at this point. You just want the limbs, so the 2 arms and the 2 legs. The outer hole on all of the limbs is what you're going to attach onto these here. So the top 2 are for the arms, bottom 2 are for the legs. So I'm going to pop this one through and then just open that up. I always like to just use a little pokey tool here and just kind of fold the brads over. You want it to kind of swing quite freely. It just means you get a nicer movement when you go to pull the tab. Just pop out the little pre-cut holes there. Again on this side. And then again with the legs. Okay, so you should have something like this. You then want to take the pull tab and slide it through the slot. And now the other 4 holes on the limbs are going to line up with the 4 holes on here. So the top 2 again for the arms, bottom 2 for the legs. So take another brad, pop it through there first, and then open it up on the back. Again, just use your... You don't have to do this, by the way, but you might find if you just push them flat against cardstock, when you move it, you can get a bit of a scratching sound. I just find doing it this way, it kind of eliminates that happening. And at this point, you can check now, you can see already that they're moving really nicely. So if anything's ever wrong, you can easily, you know, just take the brads apart and fix it. Okay, so now check everything and it all works really well. Next we want to add the body, so I'm just going to grab some foam. You only need a little bit, but you do want to double it up. You need to make sure your foam's higher than the brads. So I've got these little like 1/4 inch squared pads, and you want to position them in between the bottom of the arm and the top of the leg there, and just do a test. Move this up and you see it's just clear of it there. That's going to move really nicely. And then just do the same on the other side, and then just double that up again on the other side like so. And then you want to pop a little bit above the slot there for the head to support, to rest on. So I'm just going to add a little strip there and then just double that up. Okay, take the backing all off and then place that down there. I want the arms to obviously line up like so. And then I'm going to add a little glue just behind the hair there. And that will just stick on there. There we go. So now we can add the shoes. You want to bring them up a bit higher just so that they stay within the space. If you've got a bigger card that you might be putting this onto, or a bigger gift bag, then you can bring it right down to the bottom. I mean, I guess I could. Yeah, no, I can get away with it on here actually. So I'm just going to add a little glue on the end there, just so you can see a little bit of the orange. And then again, this one. And then the hands. You could add the sleeves the other way as well. So if you want the longer on the top, then have it, you know, flip them. So this one would be on that side and so on. I think I did that on the other one actually, but I think either way it looks nice. It's like jazz hands. I'm here. The witch is back. And then again. So just move them around till you're happy with the placement. And just add a little bit of shape as well to like the arms and the legs. And it brings it to life a little bit more. There we go. She's mad. We've got the witch's hat, so that will fill the space at the top. We've got to have it that side. Again, if it's on a card, just make sure you keep it all within the area that you've got. And now she can go perfectly on there. And then we've got the witch's squad, which is going to go at the top, and we've got a bat as well, which I'm going to have. So just flip it over, and you want to add foam pads all over the back, just enough to support it. So one in each corner. So one in the middle, and then on the sides there as well. That'll be enough. And then I'm just going to line this up. What I did is I flipped the mirrored card over and I scored it 1/4 inch in just to create a little border. Completely optional. This might be pattern paper. You might be using coloured card or something. I'll just stick that down. Okay, let's add this one. It's like she's jumping on a trampoline or something there. Make sure the bat doesn't get in the way, so it needs to be about there. That looks good to me. Now, you might want to do this before you decorate, but I like to see how much space I've got to add my the holes. So it's entirely up to you. I'm just going to push the sides in slightly, like so, so it kind of squashes in. And then I'm going to punch my holes about 1.5 inches in from each side. So I'm just going to take this here because I just need to leave a little kind of mark on the mirrored card. So 1.5 and 1.5. That's going to be all right. And I'm just going to squeeze it together. And you can use any hole punch for this. And just punch through both layers. You may not be adding handles. You might be adding paper handles. It's entirely, you know, up to you. And then I've got my 4 eyelets here. So I'm just going to set those. I've gone for the orange kind of gold colour just to pull out her tights and the belt buckle. Okay, so I'm happy with that. And then I've got this ribbon here, which I thought was black, but it actually looks navy. So I'm going to see if I've got a better match. Okay, so the black is actually thinner, but I think that's going to work better, to be honest. So I'm going to go in from this one. Actually, no, I'm going to start. So I'm going to start with the back right-hand side and go out of that one, and then in, and then straight across to the front, and then just pull it through. I'm just going to feed this end through here. Okay, that looks about right to me. And I'm just going to tie my bow down here. Okay, so we've got our bow finishing at the front there. And then just snip off the ends. Okay, so there is the finished gift bag. Again, just show you it there. It's really fun. Such a great style. And yeah, I think, well, I know the children that I'm giving these to are going to absolutely love them. So, and again, just brought that one in just so you can see the two together there. This one's thicker as well, but you can make that wider. Like I said, I've got tons and tons of gift bags on the channel. These can be put onto the front of any of those gift bags, even if it's a big like 12 by 12. You know, you can really play around with these. So I hope it's given you some more inspiration, just some fun ways to use these. Like I said, they don't just have to be put onto the front of a card. Gift boxes and gift bags, I think, look really good with them as well. As always, all the product that I've used will be linked in the description box below. Coming up now will be the gift box that I mentioned, and if there's any other boxes that I made with the puppets, just to give you some more inspiration, you might want to go and watch those next. Please give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed today. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. It does really all help out the channel. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.